Empowering students in reading is very vital in their academics excellence, for it creates a reading culture and confidence in students. Rwenzori High School, through the Kisangara Family Educational Trust, provides reading poems and novels to the literature and English classes of Rwenzori High School. This school, located in Ibanda Town Council in Busongora North Constituency, conducted presentations held by the classes that read these novels and poems, and we are going to show you how these students are progressing in their reading culture and love for literature here at Rwenzori TV.
Desire. Most of the students call me Sangara. I'm a literature student and I'm in senior 4. I have come to represent the novel Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist was authored by Charles Dickens. The author has written very many books. I can give an example of Jane Eyre, Pride and Prejudice, David Goldfield, and Oliver Twist as part. I will slightly give some aims as to why Oliver Twist wrote this book. Charles Dickens said that he has thrown his heart and soul into Oliver Twist. And Dickens' aim was to show little Oliver that goodness can triumph over evil, and to show the underworld, how the world has all the miserable and its reality. I'll slightly talk about some characters in Oliver Twist. I'll start Oliver Twist as the main protagonist in this novel. I'll give Agnes. Agnes is the mother to Oliver Twist, who dies short after giving birth to her son, Oliver. I'll give Mr. Bumble. He is an official in the workhouse, fat man, full of his own sense of his own importance. I'll give Fajin. He is a man who trains young helpless boys how to pickpocket other people for their own survival. I'll take an example of Mrs. Manna. She is an elderly woman who works in the workhouse to take care of the orphans in the novel Oliver Twist. I said I'll talk about few characters, then I can go to the themes in the novel. There is poverty. We see Oliver Twist wearing rough clothes, the condition of his mother being poor, and his own personal possessions. There is hunger and starvation. We see the orphans in the workhouse being given little food, and where it is not giving them satisfaction to their expectations. I'll still talk about hypocrisy. We see Mr. Bumble, Mrs. Sarah Berry, who pretend to be loving the orphans in the workhouse, yet actually at the bottom of their hearts, they don't actually love the children. I will talk about mistreatment. We see Oliver Twist being harassed, punished just because he asked for more food because he was given little and he was not satisfied. The lessons I get from this novel are that we as people, we have to learn from Oliver Twist that suffering is not the end point of our lives, and that we should learn how to look after our fellow orphans if they are there in community, have them at heart, give them all the necessaries they deserve. Thank you. That's all I had for you.
My name is Mbara Brandes from 4U. I am in front here to just present about the novel The Pearl. The Pearl was one of my best novels here at Rwenzori High School. And The Pearl was written by an American author, John Steinbeck, and it was published in 1947. The Pearl only centers around 3 main characters. There are so many characters, but only centers about 3 characters. That is Kino, Joanna, his wife, and their baby Coyotito. The Pearl, Coyotito was a man who was very poor in their village. Kino was a man who is poor in their village, and then had a wife, then a son, Coyotito. Then there was Coyotito was stung by a scorpion. Then the scorpion bite Coyotito. He was taken to the doctor. The doctor rejects to treat the son. The Pearl had many characters. I learned many lessons about the Pearl. One of the lessons about Kino. Kino is being blamed for his poverty, and Kino, being poor, he does many things because of the Pearl. One of the problems he faces was Kino's brush house was burnt because of the Pearl. Kino's canoe was broken down because of the Pearl. Kino's son was killed because of the Pearl. Those are problems that Kino faced. Thank you for listening.
Kanyamandali Haroldville. I'm in S1W. I read the book of Kidnapped. I read the book of Kidnapped, which talking about David's life. David's life. Devil was David lived with his parents. His parents has both dead, and he was having his friend called Campbell. Campbell was a minister of Essendon. The lesson I have realized that having helping friends is very important.
The names of Wambali Joas. For me, I'm saying that why people should not read is that some people become shy and become shy before other people.
People become shy before other people. Any other exclusive answer?
Joas from Senior 1. I read a story, a book, a novel, which titled The Orphan Boy. I'll give a summary of this book. It's all about Robin Agena, his life in school and his life after school. This Robin Agena was an orphan boy, and he was very wise, intelligent, and brilliant during his primary school. That is to say, primary 5, 6, and 7. He used to work hard to make sure that he achieves the best performance in class, and this best performance enabled him to be known in the school as the little hero of the school, as well as the academic star. This used to give him a pride of smile. So he was very happy of that. Also, her mother, Maria, was also very happy of that. Then as he was studying, his mother, Maria, felt sick, and this discouraged him a lot. So he worried because his mother, Maria, was the only source of his inspiration, his life, his hope, and guidance in everything. But his mother, Maria, comforted him and encouraged him that he should not give up. Life will be easy for him, though he may die. Her mother, Maria, revealed to him that also his father died of AIDS, that it was the same disease that was making her weak. So she gave him last pieces of advice that he should be responsible for his life and always live in fear for AIDS, because AIDS kills. Then I can go to some of the characters of some people in the novel. I find that there was Maria, who was the mother of Robin Agena. I find that Robin Agena was very brilliant, very intelligent. He could work very hard. I find that Ruth was the cousin sister to Robin Agena, and Tom was the uncle to Robin Agena. Then in this, I studied some lessons from this story of the orphan boy. I found that we should set our goals and work hard to make sure that we defend them, such that we can have a shining future. I also learned that our characters are sharpened by the people we study with, because when Robin Agena joined the secondary school, he joined the bad peer group, which consisted of some people like MC Dragon, Redman, Harry Lou, and others, who changed all his dreams, and it was spoiled. Finally, he had a painful future. So we need to always be careful when choosing friends, so that we can have a happy life. Also studied that some people in the world don't be happy when you do good things. They are always annoyed because of that. So I also learned that though we are orphans, if we handle ourselves properly and we follow all the advices that our parents and other elders give us, we shall always succeed. I rest my case here.
May I read the book of Chica and the river?
Your voice.
Start afresh and start afresh. Good.
My name is Muindo Solfin S1W. May I read the book of Chica and the river? The book was about Chica's life, the way he lives with his uncle and her mother. I found that Chica was a good boy when he was with his mother, but when he goes in the town, he became a bad boy. When he was with her mother, he was a good boy. He behaved very well. He was a very, 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 very kind boy. But when he goes in town with her uncle, he finds bad friends. Those friends changed his behavior. He found there his friend called Michael. Michael changed his behavior. Michael told Chica to go across the river called the Niga. That river was a bad river, but her uncle told Chica to not go in that river. Unfortunately, Chica decided to cross that river, and after crossing that river, he got problems after crossing. He found there bad people that steal. He forgot in his way. After forgetting his way, he got problems at night. After getting problems at night, he thought he will go back to her homeland, but he didn't. After finding out, he found that those people are stealing people's property around.
My name is Aheba Prosi from Senior 1W. I read a novel, Rise of a Star. It was all about Juliana and Akol. Juliana had stayed in her marriage without a child. She started praying to God. Finally, she was given a child. The child was called Akawa. Akawa was a beautiful girl. She was well talented in sports. The lessons I learned from the novel that we should not abort pregnancy, because if Akawa never aborted her pregnancy, she couldn't have died. We should listen to our advices, because if Juliana had the advice the pastor gave her, she couldn't have allowed Akawa to join modeling. That's what it is.
My name is Mindo Kevin, S1. I'm coming to talk about the stories of the Shakespeare's The Twelfth Night. There was a boy and his sister, Sebastiano and Viola. They were twins. They dressed in the same short clothes. It was difficult for other people to know who was the boy and who was the girl. Their father died. Sebastiano and Viola one time were on a ship going to Lyra. It's broken into pieces. Viola was lucky to survive because Viola was lucky to survive with the captain because for them they were on the other side. Now I found the major events. Viola losing her brother Sebastiano. Oceano falling in love with a girl seems to be a boy, Viola. The lesson I learned is that love one another. Do not make another name stupid. Do not fall in love with a person whom you don't know whether he's a boy or he's a girl. Mind about others. That's what I heard.
Names are Chica Anthony, student at Rwenzori High School. I'm Ugandese. I read a novel about staff terrain. It contains students who escape from schools. These students include Darius, Paul, and a girl called Dorothy. But at the beginning, these boys had also started guessing about Dorothy's future. They wanted to destroy her future in order that she should also be like them. But the girl was not like, me, I don't want to join you. But she was, but if I join these bad peer groups, what will be the results? Then Darius was like, you join us, you drop out from school, we shall also help you. But Charles was like, you man, don't destroy others' future. But Dorothy was like, no, let me go with Darius. Then they began.
My name is Nyavus Joan. I read a novel of Chica and the River. Chica was a very disciplined boy. He was kind. He was a very footballer. Chica wanted to cross a river, a big river, and he wanted to use a boat. Chica was like, he wanted to go with his uncle, and his uncle wanted to use a boat. Chica wanted to go with his uncle, and the uncle wanted to use the boat. And I learned and the lessons. Chica was a very disciplined boy, and Chica used to be patient. Chica and Michael was Chica was disciplined. Michael used to be with Chica, to be disciplined, and Chica
another reason why I say that we should develop a spirit of reading these books, that they help to improve our reading and understanding skills. They also widen our knowledge and thinking capacity. We know what is happening in the world, and we learn a lot of lessons from there.
Very perfect. Someone else? I think I should from this corner. Yes, you say your name and maybe the answer.
My name is Kavodori. For me, the reasons why we should continue reading these novels, they improve on shyness of children.
She says you all have perfect answers. Honestly, I can see if I was to take time and maybe ask each one of you, I really know you have answers. But now, there's one crucial thing about reading. adding to the many answers you've given me. Your teacher said, you know, when you're in school, when teachers are in school, when it's time and maybe classes are ongoing, you realize most teachers don't grow old, right?
Yes.
If you check back to teachers who taught you in primary 1, P2, P3, you realize they don't change. They're just the same year in, year out. Do you know the logic behind? Those people read. That is one most advantage thing about reading. You keep young. You don't grow old. Anyway, who wants to grow old on this earth here? Who wants to grow old? Is there any, in something like 50 years, more especially ladies? But at least you think someone is struggling, is doing some makeup, shining their lips, doing what to maintain herself what? Young. Yeah. You get that point?
Yes.
So now, the logic here is very simple. You don't need to go in for makeup. You don't need to go in for, struggling, going in for artificial stuff. The logic here is simple. Read, you remain young. Your blood will remain fresh. That's why our teachers look beautiful. Our teachers look amazing. The logic behind they read and maintain themselves very young. The other simple question I want to pose in, people have an understanding that maybe reading books, reading novels is only for the literature class. Most people have it as their mentality, most especially here, like when we are here. Let us look at the school environment. Most people think that maybe reading books, reading novels is just only and only for the literature class. Now, how, as learners, what can be done to destroy that myth, to destroy that mentality? What do you think, to your own understanding, you think what could be done for people to kill out that thinking that maybe reading is only and only for the literature class? Opinions? Yes? You come out, give me your name and the answers. And
my name is Kawa Solfin. For me, the reason why I have said I encourage my fellow students that the reading is not for literature students only, because it improves our English spoken.
Very, very brilliant. Very nice. Any other person? Reading is only and only for the literature class. In other words, what can we do for each and every one to embrace the reading culture?
Okay, so my name is Mbere Edwino. For I, as a student studying ICT, though I am not a student of literature, but I still encourage my fellow students to focus on literature more, because it improves on our reading skills, speaking skills in public. It develops confidence. So the way that you can maybe improve on this skill, for me, as I can say, I can please beg on the government to add us more equipment in the library. So that's all I can say.
Wonderful, brilliant answer from him. He says he feels government should add them more equipment, more novels, so that you learn the culture. By the way, something you have to learn. When you read, then your mind is exposed. Exposure is something like opening up. You get that point? Exposure. Eh? So when you read, you're exposed to the rest of the world. This is why we come in that at least every one of us, you need to embrace the reading what? The reading culture. No wonder the main reason why you come here to school, you really want to be equipped with knowledge, the know-how of how the world has gone. Where did the world come from? How has it gone? Where is it going? So, if you only have to answer those questions, where, how, when, it's all about reading. Are you getting the point? Yes. And there's nothing precious on this world, on this earth, like, when you are informed. When you're informed, then you're the richest person ever in this planet Earth. You really have to embrace, catch up, feel the love whenever you get a book. Some people have a mentality like, in fact, let us not look at it as in maybe the book. Sometimes when you open your books, or maybe when a teacher is giving you notes, if it is maybe a history class, you really see as if maybe more especially at the time of the course of the ngoni, the course of you know, some people tend to dodge that question of the course because they feel the story is kind of long, you know, it has no strategic points. But now that is where so it goes back now to now reading the other books. When you have a novel, that love, develop yourself the love of reading anything across you. Let's say if it is a novel, feel the urge of reading it. Because someone took years and years making research, trying to put emphasis on how that novel is written. You really think he or she was just wasting time? So once you read, you need to embrace and know why was this person was putting money, putting work and write this? What is the logic behind? What is the gold in this book? I'm telling you, when you read hard, in reading there is power. In reading there is a lot of things. There are several questions. It's true. Yes, we are here. Anyway, we are here encouraging you to read. If I can ask you, you think why do people fear to read? Just very simple. Why do people fear to come out and read novels, read books? In fact, even books. Most of you fear reading your books. You find teachers are chasing you here, there. Go read, go read, go read. You only think of reading when it is time for exams. So the question now before you: why do people fear to read books? According to your own understanding, yes? Come out, give me your name and then your brief answer. Yes?
My name is Mumber Gift Owen. For me, I think some people fear reading books because of the notes. They look at the bulky notes, how bulky they are, so they get scared. They say, how will I master all this in my head?
You see? Very brilliant. Indeed.
But Muhindo Helen, for me, I think that people fear to read because lack of reading skills, and some they don't know how to speak English and how to read English words. That is what I had for you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Tembolaki. For me, I think some people don't read novels because they think that the novels are useless to them.
Oh, very much. Thank you. Then you?
My name is Masaraka Ronald from S1. For me, I think people do not want to read novels because there are some hard words which they don't understand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Happy that you have the concern about our school and more so about the academic progress of our school. And at the back of our mind also thank Mr. Kisangara Sande for his initiative and concerns and love he has always shown to us and the entire school and the community, that we really appreciate his efforts towards the area of academics. And he's a concerned parent, he's a concerned OG, and he's all in all spheres. In all spheres, I think we thank him so much.
Oh, let's clap for him.
Similarly, I thank our learners for your good audience. I want to thank you so much for showing us good discipline, good audience to our visitors. They have been asking a number of questions, which you have tried to answer in the way you can afford. I really thank you so much. Because there are situations where you ask someone and may not show some willingness to answer. That is being indisciplined. But for your case, the picture you have shown is quite different. And we really appreciate the way you have been answering. To improve on your speaking and reading culture. It has been discovered that this could be one of the reasons why possibly the performance in literature is not the way we expected it. Yeah, it may be true or not, but Of course, this being a rural school, this is something expected. This being a rural school, the reading culture may not be to the tune of those urban schools in Uganda, like in Kampala. But I think with the time, we shall have to improve on this speaking and reading culture. And I want to inform my learners, my daughters and sons, that we need to improve on our reading and speaking culture. And this can only be done through our own efforts, through our own initiatives. Our teachers have tried our best, and they are trying their best all the same to ensure that you pick on these reading culture, these skills. You are aware that English and literature is the core of all subjects. Are you aware of that? Yes. That all subjects are expressed in what? English. And it is literature and English that you will ever use when you are answering questions. Clear?
Yes.
So it cuts across the whole curriculum. So much emphasis must be put on how best on acquisition of reading, speaking, what?
Keeping with learners. I did education because there is a lot of joy. You must have observed it that teachers do not grow old. Why? Because there is a lot of happiness wherever they are. When we break off, some teachers grow old. But when the term begins, they become young again. Why? It is awesome being with kids. I love it, and my classes are always full of fun because I'm happy to interact with kids. I'm privileged to be in front of these visitors, and I'm expectant that